In this report, we're going to discuss our favorite place to retire early for cheap in Riviera Maya.
Hi, this is Xiangwei from 𝗂𝗏𝗄 Venture.
This is Dan from 𝗥𝗏𝗄𝐴𝐕𝐈𝐍𝐵. In the last 3 years, we've spent more than 6 months, maybe 8 months in this part of Mexico. And today we'd like to discuss where we would retire if we were to put down roots today in Riviera Maya. And there's 8 cities we're going to discuss. But first, what is Riviera Maya? If you look at the map of Mexico, you'll see there's part of Mexico that juts out into the Caribbean Sea, and the cities along that coast is affectionately labeled the Riviera Maya. And within Riviera Maya, all of those cities, we'll discuss 8 of them with you today, and we'll rank them according to which ones we like favorite to least. And the cities we're going to talk about are Cancun,
Playa del Carmen, Isla Mujeres, 𝗏𝗏𝗄, Cozumel, Bacala, Puerto Morelos, and Tulum.
That's it. Those are the 8 we're going to discuss. We'll be very brief about each, and we're going to rank them according to which ones would be our favorite place to retire if we were to put down roots today in the Riviera Maya. And our least, we're going to go from least favorite to favorites. You have to wait till the end to hear our favorite. But there's no need to take notes. All of this is in writing. We'll give you a link to the web page where all this information is contained, including the maps, when it's all over. So our least favorite place to retire is our 8th, ranked 8th. And it's we agree on what it is. It's Cancun. I've spent a few weeks in Cancun over the last 30 years, and it's not a place that I recommend that people go to, whether to just a vacation or retire. It's like a big resort. It's almost like a Vegas or a Miami Beach. And it doesn't really have a personal feel to it. It's just big and crazy and expensive and loud, and so I don't recommend Cancun at all.
And I only been to Cancun airport. Is that count?
Yeah. Well, I guess so.
And I don't think that we will be retired anyway. Just we will be stay longer.
Yeah.
Like 3 to 6 months.
Right. And so maybe that's a way to think of it for you slow travelers.
Yes.
The ones that we rank the highest are places that we would stay longer when we're visiting different parts of the world. And so Cancun is our least favorite. Ranked 7th for me is 𝗏𝗏𝗄𝐴𝐕𝐈𝐍𝐵.
And rank 7 to me is Playa del Carmen.
And the reason 𝗏𝗏𝗄𝐴𝐕𝐈𝐍𝐵 is ranked 7th for me is because it's there's no beach there. There's no beach nearby. It's a government town. It's right on the border with Belize, and it's the capital of Quintana Roo. It is a very charming and clean and beautiful city. There's a lot of nice homes there, and there's a mall, but there's not much else to do there, so I've ranked it 7th.
I ranked Playa at 7 because I really hate tourists around. In Playa, I didn't feel that I'm in Mexico. Yes, the beach is beautiful, it's white sand beaches, but it's too crowded over there, and it's too expensive in Playa. I just don't like it. I don't feel I'm in Mexico when I'm in Playa. I'm so sorry.
And Playa is my 6th favorite place. And so Playa, of course, has beautiful beaches, but they're shrinking. It seems like every year you go there, they're getting smaller and smaller, and the town is growing so fast. There's really no management there that I can tell by the city. They're just putting up buildings as fast as they can, which means they're not keeping up with the infrastructure. Everything's overpriced, and it just doesn't feel like Mexico to me. It doesn't have that. It used to be my favorite place in Quintana Roo. It was a charming little village when I first went there in 1992. But now it's just kind of a crazy big place. It's not as bad as Cancun. It still has some charm left, but I've ranked it 6th. And so we agree on that. It's not one of our favorite places to be.
It's a great place to visit. I can tell. It's a great place to visit. I will visit Playa, but just visit.
Yeah, just visit for maybe a week or two here and there, a few days here and there.
Yeah.
But stay in one of our favorite places.
Yes, and my sixth
Good.
is the Isla Mujeres.
Your 6 is Isla Mujeres.
Yeah, because Isla Mujeres is too small and for me, so it's a great place for visits for me.
I have Isla Mujeres ranked 4th. And the reason I've ranked it 4th is because it's a beautiful little island. It's smaller resorts just because it's such a small place. It's right off the coast from Cancun. You take a ferry to get there. And so it's kind of a quaint place. But like Chung-Hui said, I've ranked it 4th just because there's not much going on there other than the white sand beaches and a day tour around the island on a scooter, and there's kind of a cool park on the south end of the island. But after drinking and partying and on the white sand beaches and stuff, there's not much else to do there. So that's why I've ranked it 4th.
Then have a Chattanooga ranked 7, and my Chattanooga is ranking 5. I like it because it have airport, it close to Belize. I can just take a boat to go to Belize. And it's quiet, it's no tourists. I hate tourists also. I really hate tourists. So I will not see tourists over there. And they are more, it's like a Mexican feel inside. Definitely I can learn their culture and speak Spanish to them. Yes. So what's your 5?
So my 5 is Bacalar, which is near Chetumal. Chung's already talked about it. It's that beautiful blue lagoon, beautiful small little city with great restaurants, and so that's why I have it 5th. And Chung has it ranked?
My Bacalar is number 2. I will tell you later. I don't want to skip it.
Okay.
Yes.
And my Isla Mujeres is ranked 4th. I've already explained that. So I would go to 3rd next, unless you want to talk about...
I haven't talked about my 4.
Okay, what's your 4th?
My number 4 is Tulum. Why I say Tulum is because Tulum is still beautiful, but it's still very, very expensive. I still will not stay there for long.
And it's touristy, which you don't like. So.
Yeah, it's touristy, and the main point is still that the rent is very expensive over there.
So I have Tulum ranked 3rd, almost at the top, just 2 from the top, 3 from the top. And the reason is because Tulum, when you think of Tulum, most people think of white sand beaches and all those hotels right on the sand, and the restaurants and the designer shops and the ruins. That's what most people think about when you think about Tulum. But for me, I think about the little village 2 kilometers inside of Tulum, which is called Tulum. And in that village, it's a Mexican village. There are tourists there, more than your typical Mexican village. And there's also digital nomads there and some retirees. But it's still predominantly a Mexican village. And you can, on the west side of the village, you can rent an apartment there. I would get a bicycle. I would eat in the local restaurants, and I would just go to the beach maybe once a week and enjoy the tourist areas or the white sand beaches or the ruins and that kind of thing. And so my life, if I retired early in Tulum, would be focused around that inland village. And that's why I have it ranked 3rd, because it wouldn't be as crazy expensive, it wouldn't be as touristy, and it would be more of a Mexican feel to it. So
my 3rd is Cozumel.
Cozumel, okay.
Because like you say, after 7 o'clock, the day tourists is already go back, and you have the island by yourself, and they have an airport, they have Mercado, they have a bigger like Chedraui, the big store to buying stuff, and they have the back side of the Cozumel, they have a beautiful white sand beaches, which is I love.
Yeah.
And less people. You have your privacy over there.
Yeah, there's not many people on those beaches because they're a long drive. They're a 20-minute drive from our favorite part of Cozumel, which is a local neighborhood, and they're far from where the ferry lands. So there's not as many people over there, and there's not as much development, which is really nice. But it's a 20-minute ride, so that's why it's not number 1 for me. It's only number 2. So Cozumel is my number 2 for all those reasons.
And Cozumel have a very nice food. I mean, local food, which is very delicious food.
Yeah, we found like empanadas there for 50 cents or 10 pesos, tacos, family restaurants, just great. Watch our videos on Cozumel.
That's the purpose you want to say. Watch our video on Cozumel. My ones from number second is 𝗏𝗏. I love 𝗏𝗏 is because it's a lagoon, it's a lake. The water is warm over there. But right now the water is like brown color, it's muddy because the hurricanes, they bring the water coming inside. So based on our tour guide say, before that the whole lagoon is a blue color. Check out the picture. You will see it's so beautiful. So wait, maybe few years the lagoon will be back to the color. I will be wanted to be living over there. And the food is good. I like to walking around in that area. I feel safe over there. And the restaurant on the beach, the restaurant on the lake is normal price. Like the beer is 30 pesos, a few cold, and you can jump to the lake, swimming over there. Just dipping, not swimming, because the lake is the front lake is very not so deep.
Yeah.
Like people just standing. The water temperature is good, so I will feel happy to living over there and go to see the charming blue color lagoons.
Yeah, so that's your number 2.
And yeah, it's my number 2. And if I need any grocery thing, I just drive or take a taxi to 𝗏𝗏. They have a big shopping, then I can buy anything that I need over there.
Big malls there, theaters, everything. That's the one we both ranked fairly low, but it helps bolster things you might need if you decide to stay in 𝗏𝗏.
Yes.
And then that leads our number 1 place, which we agree on. Our favorite place to retire early for cheap in the Riviera Maya or the state of Quintana Roo would be dun, 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 dun.
You learn to speak. Say the word. How to say it to me.
Puerto Morelos.
Wow, very good. It's Puerto Morelos. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's our number 1 favorite. So why do you think it's number 1 for you?
I love it because it have a beautiful beaches. Still, same like Playa, and less crowd.
And bigger beaches than Playa.
Yeah, and bigger beaches in Playa. Also, you can go for snorkeling. It's the best snorkeling in the world. I think ranking number 2, right?
It's the top 2 from what they're saying because of the reef out there. Yeah.
And then you have a beautiful beach, and I love the apartment that we stay, which is next to the jungle, so we can enjoy the peaceful and the tranquil and the wind blow. How you call? The wind.
Wind.
I love that. I love all that.
Yeah.
Quiet.
Yeah, so I love it for all those reasons. I think one of the reasons Puerto Morelos is not developed to the extent somewhere like Playa del Carmen has is because they have this huge lagoon that exists between the 2 different parts of the city. There's a beach part of Puerto Morelos where many or most the tourists go, and then there's a colonia area which is further back. It's 2 kilometers back, and between those is an estuary or a bird sanctuary that you can't build on, and there's alligators and birds there, and so you have this huge area that cannot be developed. And for that reason, all of that area, if we were in Playa del Carmen, would have been developed, full of buildings, and none of that's there. You just have the village in the back and the beach area, and the beach area is only so wide. You can't really build much more there. It's maybe 3 or 4 blocks wide, and so it's a different animal than other parts of Quintana Roo. And the colonial area in the back is where mostly the locals live. That's where your cheap restaurants are, cheap shopping, cheap rents. Like we've already shared with you that the 2-bedroom apartment we're in.
Plus the taxi is cheaper than the Playa.
Yeah.
They have a fixed, like from the taxi stand, from the Colonial taxi stand to the beach is 30 peso, which is $1.50.
$1.50.
But if you can get it from your apartments to the beach, it's 50 peso, it's $2.50.
Yeah, so we just walked to the taxi stand. But if we lived here, we would get bicycles and ride to the beach, and then it would be free. Other than buying the bike. And you can buy a bike here for $50, $100 used. And And we do go to the beach sometimes, you know, once or twice a week. They have, it is a tourist area, but it doesn't have that same big, crazy, loud feeling that we feel in Playa del Carmen.
And I love that we have our favorite club over there.
Yeah, there's a beach club we go to.
And they have separate their bed for like 2 meter or 3 meter.
Oh yeah.
Which is I love, and because you will not feel so crowded.
Yeah, it's not crowded. The beaches are wider than other parts of Quintana Roo. There aren't as many tourists there. There just aren't as many restaurants or hotels, just because it's a strip of land that it just won't hold anything more. And it's more of a chill feel.
And just remember, I have to go for the happy hour.
I have to go for the happy hour?
I have to go for the happy hour on the beach time. But we will tell you. Just check the link.
Yeah. So all of these places we're talking about have the Retired Cheap reports, which will tell you our favorite things to do there, where to stay, restaurants, what our cost of living was. So, you know, please check out our memberships. And these are just our rankings for Quintana Roo, or the Riviera Maya. We've been all over Mexico over the last 5 years, and we've ranked all the other areas too. So come check out our Retired Cheap reports, and make sure to get a free copy of my ebook while you're at Vagabond Buddha, how I fired my boss and traveled the world for 14 years. Just click the link in the notes below this YouTube video. Look for a link that says more information. That'll take you to our webpage. It has all of this information. So
yes.
So thanks for watching our video. We really appreciate it. And you have a great day.
You have a great day.
Take care. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.